electoral process. Well, the main focus of our discussion today is franchise. Let's go straight to the meaning of franchise. Franchise can be defined as a political right of qualifying adults, male and female citizens of a given country to vote and be voted for in a political election. Now, it is important for me to state this. Franchise simply means the right to vote and be voted for in any given election. Now, we have types of franchise. There are two main types of franchise. The first one is limited or restricted franchise, while the second one is unlimited or universal adult suffrage. Now let's go to the second point, where we look at limited or restricted franchise. As the name implies, what it means is that under limited franchise, it means that it is not everybody that is permitted to vote, even when the voting age has been met by people, even when people have attained the voting age. There are some conditions that must be considered. People must meet certain conditions. For instance, we have sex. There are some countries where the electoral law only permits the male citizen to vote, while the female citizens are not permitted to vote. We also have the second one is race or color. For instance, in South Africa, only the whites are permitted to vote. Then we have residential qualification of an individual. This means that only those who are residents of a particular country, residents in a particular country, those who live in a particular country are permitted to vote and be voted for. Now we have level of education. Now what that means is that one voters are expected to have acquired a certain level of education before they can vote or be voted for. Religion is also a deciding factor in some countries. In some countries, they only permit a particular faith, a particular religion to vote, while others are not permitted to vote. We have poverty. Poverty actually can deny citizens the right to vote and be voted for. There are some countries that will say, okay, please, for you to vote in this election or for you to be voted for, you must have certain amount of money in your country. You must have certain amount of money in your account before such citizens can stand for election. Then we have advantages of limited franchise, and we also have disadvantages of limited franchise. The advantages, one, of limited franchise. One, it gives opportunity for citizens to vote in an election. It gives opportunity for voting for citizens who are matured, who are well informed to vote in any given election. Another one is contesting election. It allows people who have adequate, it allows people who have resources to get themselves involved in election to vote. Then we quickly run through the disadvantages. It reason for exclusion of some individuals. Of course, that is even the main disadvantage there. Because of the conditions, because of the limited nature of this type of franchise, it is not everybody that are permitted to vote. And of course, that makes this type of franchise to be undemocratic. Then quickly, we'll go to unlimited franchise. This, of course, is this is type of franchise that is mostly popular and is universally accepted. It is constitutional and is democratic because all qualified adult citizens, male and female, are permitted to vote and be voted for. So under the limited franchise, we don't have conditions, we don't have restriction. Like in Nigeria, once an individual attains the voting age, which is 18 years, such a person is permitted to vote and to vote in an election. The same thing is also notable in some countries like Germany, India, and there are also common conditions that unlimited franchise is associated with. Like a citizen that must vote must be a legal citizen of that country and that citizen, of course, must have all that it takes to take part in the election. Then quickly we look at merits of unlimited franchise. One, we have equality. It allows for people to vote. It allows for equality of votes. All male adults are permitted to vote. Then there's a system of popularly elected individual. So at the end of the day, since everybody is voting, nobody is left out. So whoever emerges as the winner, of course, is considered the popular candidate. The merits of unlimited franchise: it lacks political education, because illiteracy among voters, it gives room for those who don't have adequate political education to vote, because it's an open system. Is that clear? So this is where we'll be ending our class for today. See you in the next class.